What's up, guys and gals, and sorry for such a delayed reaction/review for Record of Ragnarok. This is chapter 91, part 2.5. I guess there was more to the chapter than was previously thought, that kind of idea. Either way, instead of doing live streams, we're just going to try to play catch up with a couple of quicker reviews rather than dedicate a whole live stream to just this chapter, the other chapter, right? So, right out of the gate, we ended off with Susanoo, ready to go. With his sword, his hand, and ready to go, right? However, we jump into Jack and Halak. I believe that's the Valkyrie's name, Halak and stuff. And is just completely freaking out over the television and says, Jack, how would you handle this and stuff, right? And then he, using his eye, is thinking about it, and he goes, well, by any means necessary. And it's like, that's a non-answer. That is such a non-answer. Jack, how would you defeat Susanoo right now? Seriously, Heracles is a different story. In all honesty, Jack versus anybody else in this tournament doesn't bode well for him. That was a very situational fight, in my opinion. You fight the most nerfed god in the series, and boom, all of a sudden humanity wins, right? However, that being said, they continue to go on, and this is where Okita and Susanoo, they're like, alright, let's do this, let's go, we're ready, this is wonderful. Now, this is where Jack says it's all about his left hand, the hand that he's constantly pointed out like Buddha, like, whoa, or not Buddha, but the, all the showmanship done in art styles and stuff like that. It's always the hand in front sort of idea, the sword in the back, or the, the positioning of the hand is always different, right? And this is when she says his hand and stuff. It's like when he sticks out his left hand, I can see a deep color difference. It's regarded as confidence. So, however, if you take the hand, you take his confidence, is his idea, right? So his whole idea is crushing his left hand. And immediately I'm thinking, okay, so Okita probably sees this too. Jack's not the only smart fighter in the series. He's going to acknowledge this. He's going to see this same, or reach the same conclusion that Jack did, right? No. Because what Jack sees is like, this is the core, this is what's going to happen. So they rush forth, and Okita's the one to do the rush. Zeus thinks it's ridiculous. There's no way Okita can do this. And it's like, you fought Adam, man. Like, you really are... This feels very out of character for Zeus right now, because Zeus is basically saying that, like, there's no way that Okita can win. It's like, what? This is an absurd strategy. He doesn't say, like... Just the way he notes it. He says, this is... If so, this is an insane strategy. The time gap between the attack and Susanoo's time is to gain more power. There's no way, if he makes a misstep, it's over. Blah, 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 blah. And Zeus goes down this line of thinking, and I'm just like, you were the first. Well, actually, technically Thor. But you were the second god to actually be taken in by humanity and actually swayed by their determination. You know what I mean? So it feels very disingenuous that Zeus brings this up. Like, instead of saying, like, this is an absurd strategy, like, let's just watch because miracles can happen sort of idea, he denotes all the reasons why it can't work and why it's a dumb idea. He never brings up a point, the Zeus that we know up to this point, that would say, ha, 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 this is the thing I like to see. Let's see what's stronger, the humanity's determination or the God's own, Like, that's Zeus. And this didn't feel like Zeus. This felt like Zeus is looking down on humanity once again, and there's no reason for him to do that at this point. So, either way, Susanoo does attack. Okita jumps to avoid it. He jumps up high and stuff like that, right? And it's like he dodged it. So this is where Okita is like, alright, I'm going to now attack from this position. This Susanoo says the sky spells death. Because there is no way to dodge or escape while you're airborne. And this is where Susanoo strikes. He tries it. Boom. Everyone's like, the match must be over. It has to be. And Okita is just smiling like the Joker. He's got sharp teeth. He's smiling like a madman. And he goes forth. He simply smiled and thrust his sword. Let go of it. Something that most swordsmen and most sword schools would tell you to never do. Never let go of your sword. And he did it with a thrust to destroy Susanoo's foot. Not his left hand. No. Nay. He destroys the foot. Okita came to his own conclusion. Something different from Jack. Jack is still not wrong in that destroying the left hand would do something. But Okita found a different method to the same result. And boom. Destroys it. It gets dodged. He takes a little bit of damage, or it doesn't seem like he takes any because, of course, the sword runs wide. And then he grabs the sword, picks it up, and cuts through all the toes of Susanoo. Susanoo has now lost half of his goddamn foot. And it's like, whoa, so he's going to be unbalanced, right? Right? He's going to be unbalanced, right? Anyways, this was the bait and everything, and he led forth, and Okita is ready to come down. And this is where everything is like, this is the end of the fight. This is everything culminating in this. And boom, Susanoo, without even taking a second to think, the sky spells death. He reiterates, he grips the ground, and he throws his bleeding half foot in Okita's face as a stomp, be like, I told you that the sky spells death. Did I not? Boom, puts his foot up, he's ready to go. And it's impressive as hell because he's keeping this forward. And then he continues his sword strike while keeping one foot up in the air, one arm down on the ground. He brings his sword to bear, cutting through the ground to slice upwards as Okita comes clashing down. And boom. It was written that on top of the world, facing the thick wave of clouds pouring forth into the heaven, Susanoo had named this technique thusly: Ama no Gashi, the gathering clouds. And boom, he strikes at Okita. And Okita doesn't take the full brunt of the attack, but it looks like he took his arm, he damaged half of his body, he's unconscious, and that ends chapter 91, part 2. And wow. Just wow. This fight has been exceptionally good in my opinion. It's much better than the last couple of rounds of Record of Ragnarok, and I've reiterated this multiple times. I like this fight. It's Japanese versus Japanese. I don't care. I don't. We've had enough matchups that are just out to lunch. Heracles versus the demigod versus Jack the Ripper. Adam from the Bible versus Zeus. Lu Bu versus Thor. We've had our fun matchups. Once in a while, it's okay. Not you, Apollo Leonidas, get the fuck out of my face. That was a terrible fight. But this fight, just because it happens to be between two katana users, two Japanese, a Japanese god and a Japanese swordsman, does not make it bad. On paper, people immediately dismissed it, and I'm sitting here going, I'm enjoying the choreography, I'm enjoying the hype, I'm enjoying the fight, the artwork. Everything here is coming together. It's one of the better fights, at least in my opinion. But let me know what you guys thought down in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe as always. Once again, we'll be back here with the Chapter 92 review because I believe Chapter 93 is technically out. I always wait for the better scans, you know, the high-def scans and stuff like that. But I will be also reviewing Chapter 92, and then I may stream Chapter 93. We'll just, you know, we're trying to play catch-up a little bit here. So it is what it is. But yeah, so this 91.5 sort of caught me off guard in the first place, and it is what it is. But yeah. That's it for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, as I already said. And we'll get back to more Record of Ragnarok next time. Have a good one, everyone. Sayonara.